All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Memphis Grizzlies are continuously disrespected. I was just reading an article, or I saw it online somewhere, where they were going through basically the best betting odds for a team to win the championship, and the Memphis Grizzlies were like number 7. Bro, there's the Suns up there. There's like the Warriors, who are literally two games behind Memphis, which is another huge reason I wanted to make this video. But Memphis just continuously gets disrespected. They have a top 5 defense. They're currently ranked number 5 in offense. So you have basically a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. So put them in the damn top 5. They have one of the best records in the entire NBA. They're knocking on Phoenix's door saying, hey, we might not catch up to the first seed, but don't think you got an easy run at the finals by any means this year. So welcome back to the channel, man. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Grizzlies videos, along with daily NBA videos. Grizzly Nation, if we could try and get this video to 100 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. Let me know down below in the comments section if you want more Grizzlies videos, which I'm going to make regardless, because they're such an interesting and exciting and a really intriguing basketball team. So Memphis really kind of caught storm last season, and they made no moves at the deadline, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to Grizzlies Kingdom on YouTube, it's my boy Swaggy. Go check that out. He posts daily Grizzlies videos for you guys, sometimes even more. Anyways, Memphis right now, all right, let's just get through the ratings. So they have a net rating of 5.3, which is 5th in the league. They're a top assist team. They're a top defense. They're a top offense. They can shoot the 3 ball. They have the superstars in Morant. I feel like there's some critical things that maybe not necessarily need to happen, but I kind of want them to happen. So obviously the bigger picture with Memphis right now is, first off, like I said, with the Warriors lost to the Orlando Magic tonight, I think honestly Golden State might be out of it without Steph Curry, but he is coming back, it looks like. So, you know, talking about seeding wise, I don't even really want to get into it. You know, we don't even know who's going to be the 6th seed. We don't even know who's going to be the 7th seed. Like, the play-in tournament hasn't happened. We don't know technically if Memphis is going to finish as number 2. So I don't really want to get into all those, like, oh, what if they play Minnesota? What if they play the Clippers? What if they play the Lakers? What if they play Denver? Like, we'll tackle that when it comes. Morant's a superstar. This month of March, he's averaging 31 points per game. And just, I mean, overall on the season, he's putting up MVP type of numbers, and he'll win an MVP at some point in his career, obviously, right? Memphis, though, they're a little ahead of schedule, and you look at kind of the draft assets that they have, and you just look at their roster. I mean, like, first off, Morant kind of tells a story. Like, Desmond Bane, Dillon Brooks, Jaren Jackson, those are the top 4 scorers on Memphis. All 4 of those players have an insanely bright future. If Memphis were to acquire some type of star player, I mean, like imagine Morant had, actually, I don't want to say Bradley Beal, because like Desmond Bane and Dillon Brooks, they're phenomenal basketball players. So we're not even going to talk about Bradley Beal, but you get what I'm saying. If they had like a superstar, Morant had another if he had a co-superstar, everyone would be talking about Memphis, saying, uh-oh, watch out, top defense, top offense, with 2 superstars on that team, that is trouble. But they're a little ahead of schedule. I think a championship this season, if they were to complete it, if they were to win a championship, I mean, I would have no words. Honestly, that'd be one of the most impressive things I think I've ever seen in my life watching basketball. Desmond Bane on the season, averaging 18 points per game. He's shooting 42% from downtown. I'm looking at 2 specific players on Memphis who, if they want to make a finals run, these are the 2 players that you need to just kind of basically do what they've been doing all season. Those are Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson, because the way I see the Memphis Grizzlies is if they're not the deepest team, or they're one of the toppest teams, if not, or deepest teams, if not the deepest teams in the NBA. I mean, Steven Adams, defensive stud. I mean, he'll give you 10 rebounds a game. That's what he's averaging. Guy's averaging 10 rebounds per game. You got D'Anthony Melton, phenomenal defensive player. He gives you some stuff on offense as well. Obviously, Zaire Williams, what a great draft pick. Kyle Anderson, Tyus Jones, Brandon Clark. Like, the list goes on and on and on of players on Memphis who are going to compete for them every single night. And they're a really young team. So I'm not even necessarily so worried about injuries. Let's say the Lakers, Brooklyn Nets. Like, those are 2 teams that are a little bit on the older side that Like, if I was a fan of those two teams, I'd be a little bit worried. Like, what if when Anthony Davis comes back, he gets re-injured? Like, that would suck. You know your team is good when you're missing your best player and you can still win basketball games. Tyus Jones, D'Anthony Melton, they do phenomenal jobs whenever. And, even Desmond Bane, Triple J, the whole Memphis Grizzlies team, they always step up when they need to, especially when Ja Morant is out. But I look at Desmond Bane, I look at Jaren Jackson, I'm like, these are two players who are going to need to step up because come playoff time, defenses, like, they condense. They get way tighter. All the driving lanes, they tend to close up. Calls don't get called as often. So, since Ja Morant doesn't necessarily have a quote-unquote already cemented superstar in the league, teams are going to throw bodies on him. They're going to be really physical with Ja. Whenever he gets into the paint, they're going to push him. They're going to shove him. They're kind of going to probably give him an almost similar Steph Curry treatment where you just want to make him feel as uncomfortable as possible for when he comes into the paint. Whenever he comes into the paint, make him feel it. Like, literally make him feel it. Try and make him feel it the next day. So that opens up so much more of opportunities for your other players. But what's even better is if those players like Desmond Bane and Triple J, the two guys who have been showing up repeatedly for Ja Morant and for the Memphis Grizzlies, if those two guys take advantage of this opportunity that Ja Morant's he's getting all the respect on defense. They're trapping him, they're double teaming him, they're fouling him a little bit, it's not getting called. If you have Triple J and Desmond Bane step it up a little bit more on offense, or just essentially do what they're both doing on the year, averaging 18 points per game, which is unbelievably impressive, Memphis is going to be at such a better standpoint because that's going to open up so much more for Ja Morant to essentially do his thing. And if you don't know already, Ja Morant on the season, I'm looking at this, he's averaging 28, 6, and 7 with over a steal per game. I mean, what more do you really need? What more do you need? So if those two players specifically, anybody else on the Memphis Grizzlies can step up as well. But, like, I'm looking at those two guys because those are the guys who they've kind of relied on, or maybe not relied on, kind of leaned on as far as the regular season goes, where it's like, we need this on offense. And Dillon Brooks, I'm not forgetting about Dillon Brooks as well. He's a great two-way player. But Desmond Bane, Triple J, they're so young. Teams don't necessarily have a firm grasp on them as you would a guy like Steph Curry. With a guy like Steph Curry, you kind of have a feeling like, all right, he's going to shoot a lot of threes. He's going to shoot a lot of threes this game. Triple J hasn't played much. I mean, this year, thankfully healthy, or Desmond Bane had the same thing. Thankfully healthy. Hopefully they can stay it throughout the remainder or duration of the season. But I'm not worried about that. Like, if Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson, like, imagine those two players literally average 18 points per game like they have been, and their record is 49-23, and they're breaking history, Memphis Grizzlies history left and right, can't talk. You have that top 5 offense, top 5 defense. Like, that's where the bench players, they just continue to do if everyone just does their thing, basically, but gives Ja Morant a little bit more efficiency, although they've been super efficient, so, like, you see what I'm getting at here. Like, if the Memphis Grizzlies can just do their thing in the playoffs, it's going to be really hard for teams to stop them. Really hard. The issue is Memphis, technically a low or a small market team. They don't have much publicity, unfortunately. They'll have publicity after this year in the playoffs, I have a feeling. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that sub button. Hopefully Memphis can, in the final 10 games of their schedule, maintain that 2 seed. And like I said, you won't see Steph Curry in the next week at the very least. I think 2 weeks at the very, very least. So Memphis should be able to hold on to that 2 seed, and we'll see who they play. Peace.